they're just never going to get it. They're never going to get it. The areas that they claim are one thing aren't that thing. And then when people behave the way they run around telling people they should behave and bad things happen, they want to blame other people for it. Well, what the fuck? This guy here is spot on, nails it.
There was just an active shooting right outside of my apartment in New York City. The guy had an AR-15, cops were injured, multiple people were injured. It's still going down if you could hear it. But I just don't understand because I thought New York City was a gun-free zone. So you're telling me that putting up a big sign that says this is a gun-free zone doesn't actually stop bad guys from getting weapons? Who would have thought? Every single New Yorker should be entitled to our constitutional right to own a gun. It's crazy. The no guns allowed sign in New York apparently only means for the good guys.
Really quick, Deborah, how many mass pew-pewings happen with 0 firearms? 0, right? We see it all the time with international data proving that every single year. Deborah has no idea what she's talking about, and she hasn't for years. This is actually all right-wing advocacy in full effect. This is what the right wing wants. He open carried, right? And how do you know this wasn't a good guy? Tell me explicitly in detail how you know when someone's just walking around open carrying, good versus bad. Tell me. Quickly. You don't until they pull the trigger, right? Because everything he did was legal. New York has no law restricting the open carrying of long pews in public. Again, just like the right wing wants. Do not have a constitutional right to own a firearm. We take those away from people all the time. The actual legal definition of arms is anything a man wears for his defense or takes into his hands or useth in wrath to cast at or strike another. This was also affirmed by the Supreme Court in 2008 for DC versus Heller. Isn't it funny how these exact same people can actually understand that and agree with that definition when it comes to brutalizing people of color when they were armed with a toy, armed with a cell phone, but they can't figure it out in this context. Crazy. Now, I haven't seen any reporting on where he obtained his firearm. Maybe he's licensed or not. It doesn't matter because as far as we're aware, he did everything legally up until pulling the trigger. But because you guys don't understand how things like vehicles work, like, for example, planes being able to cross a border wall, and especially how vehicles can cross state lines to obtain firearms in red states that hand them out like Halloween candy, because you guys have absolutely no laws or restrictions on them, that people very easily could go, especially through private sales that do not have point of sale background checks, buy it in cash and cross state lines, and you guys scratch your head like, who could have thunk it? Oh man, that's crazy. But I know you guys want solutions. Don't even worry about it. I'm already going to beat you to it. Have we looked at the doors lately? Have we thought about possibly doing like a bulletproof whiteboard? Maybe have some clear backpacks. Would that make you feel more secure? You know what? How about some mental health? Yeah, sure. No universal health care. I don't know how you're going to pay for it, but we could think about possibly thinking of doing something maybe. You know, and when we think about it, gosh, we can think and pray to hope that we could possibly maybe do something sometime. Yeah, you guys are such non-contributors. It's unbelievable.
And, if I may piggyback onto that, yeah, New York City is so fucking dangerous, even during a mass shooting, that you can sit on your balcony and make a TikTok. You started that video with there was a mass shooting right outside my apartment in New York City. First of all, if New York City's so dangerous, why the fuck are you living in it? But you start off with there's a mass shooting right outside my apartment in New York City. It's still going on if you can hear, while you sit outside making a TikTok and having a drink. Can't be too much of a fucking war zone, can it?